Before we get into this video, if you didn't see my last video about the new channel membership demo review stuff, go check it out. If you're interested, please purchase one. It helps support the channel, and you'll get your demo reviewed by your boy. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about using your HE. Alright, I made one of these videos before, but I don't think I made it as well as I could have. So we're making it again. Also, little heads up, AUG is back. AUG is meta. Yeah, so if you don't know, now you know. Alright. So using your HE, there's a couple things that people do absolutely incorrectly with their HE, but there's also some exceptions to that. So using it at the start of the round is 9 times out of 10 a big no-no. All right, even doing this, okay, sometimes that could be a no-no, right? Unless you're doing it with a nade stack, you know, somebody else is throwing it right there, you probably just want to hold on to your HE. I'm not saying that's a bad play to throw it or even throw it into logs, right? But there's more effective plays. There's better plays with your HE than just throwing it right at the start. Okay, so one thing that you want to try to get out of the habit of is throwing that HE right at the start. You want to try to hold on to it. One really effective play is if you're up here on oranges or second oranges, whatever, and you're just listening. Most of the time, you're going to be able to hear them run up to car, right? They're going to make some sort of sound cue. They're going to throw some piece of utility or something. And then if you just throw a nade, that's going to do a ton of damage to them, and they can't really turn from it, right? It's hard to get away from this, especially, you know, you're forced out into an angle. You have to fall back here, but it's still going to damage you. So that's a pretty good play. You could also double that up with another person here, you know, stacking like that, or even a person down here throwing it, right? You guys get the idea. But that's one way that you could use your nade more effectively, right? Don't throw it at the start. Hold on to it until you really know where they are. All right, we'll segue into the second thing. You want to throw it at places where you know that they are, like for sure. Not you think that they possibly could be, but you've heard the footstep. There's so many times where you're either behind a smoke. Let's say that they're executing a B site, right? And you're behind this smoke, and you hear them all crossing. You know that they're in pool right now, but you don't have the HE because you used it earlier. All right, throwing something like that could do a decent amount of damage. Or if you don't actually bounce it off, why do I keep messing that up? If you don't bounce it off the wall, right? That could actually go a little bit further. Am I still fucking that up? Oh my goodness. So if there's no smoke down and you can just line it up like that, all right, that's a pretty good pretty good nade to use, right? So throwing it like that, that's going to get some damage in pool. So waiting until you actually 100% for certain know that they're there is a good idea, okay? So for example, you do a standard banana take, you molly here, you molly a little deeper, right? And you go, okay, with the molly setups, they're either right here in the middle, they're either in this corner, or they're in logs. All right, so let's bank that they're in logs. So you, with those mollies down, you double nade into logs with your other teammate, right? That's gonna do a decent amount of damage. You're pretty sure that they're there. That's the only time where you don't, well, you can throw it where you like, you don't know for certain that they're there. There's a lot of times where maybe you'll hear them in Arch, well, in apps, you'll hear like the smoke come down or the flashes come over, the lurch smoke goes here, the flashes come over here, right? And you know that they're about to peak or they're coming out in a second, so throwing a nade like that's always a good idea. You know, just trying to get some damage in there. The point of the nade is not to kill the person. The point of the nade is to make it easier to kill the person. A couple other things that you can do, right, is if there's a smoke down, let's say you smoke right here, there's a molly, you set it out with the smoke, right? There's a real good chance that there's somebody inside that smoke. Or even a better example would be a top mid smoke. Kids are magnetically attracted to standing inside of smokes. Think about this. You're on the T side, right? You could hold the smoke, or you could get up right next to it and hold it. That's the more likely option, is you're going to be right there. So throwing a nade into it like that, that's pretty much securing damage done. Well, actually, one other thing that I wanted to talk about was throwing the nade compared to having the gun out, right? So, for example, if I'm sitting here top mid, and this smoke's about, like, I smoke it off, let's skip ahead for a second, all right, and I know that the smoke is getting ready to fade, right? I could either have the nade out and go for the play of just trying to get the damage in, or I could take the gun out and pretty much secure the kill. When it comes to, you know, they're about to peek out, you want to have gun out. And the reason why well, let me slow down for a second. It sounds really simple. It sounds very intuitive that obviously if they're about to peek, you want to have the gun out. but there's so many demo reviews that I watch where people take the nades out when they're obviously pushing. There was one I reviewed the other day. Thank you to whoever just purchased something. Let me turn that shit on. You'll get a shout out. Fall has become a member. Thank you, Fall. That means a lot. I'm trying to record a video though, but thank you, Fall, for becoming a member. So I was reviewing a demo the other day, and there's a guy. He was on T side. He was bottom banana right here, all right? And so he swung like this, and there's an enemy here and an enemy here. He killed this guy, and then he fell off. This guy is obviously, he wasn't car. He was like right here. So he's going to try to push out and get that trade. But instead of just... He got that kill, he saw the guy trying to push, and instead of, just holding this with the gun, he takes the nade out, he throws it like this, but he didn't throw it as cleanly as I did, right, because I'm a pretty good player. He kind of went like that to throw it, and because he exposed himself, he died. He got sprayed down, because instead of just trying to get the guaranteed kill with the rifle, right, he had the nade out, and he was just trying to do damage. You have to understand that the nade... 9 times out of 10, I'd even go 90, 95 out of 100, all right? So 19 out of 20. You're not going to get the kill with the HE. You're only going to hit them for like 30, 35 damage, maybe 40 if you're lucky, and it just makes the kills easier later on in the round, all right? Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you next time.